Hello everybody, I am Dhanush. Today I will be teaching you all about functions. Functions are very important in Python, so let's start learning it. So what is a function? A function is a set of code which runs when it's called. You can pass data known as parameters into a function. It can also return data as a result. So basically, function is a block of code which you use inside of code that you can use multiple times in a code. For example, a code is big and you don't want to keep running a set of commands. So you can make a function and you can use it multiple times in your code. Now, you may not understand what it is exactly, so I will show an example. You can just ignore this hi. I just forgot to remove it, but that's okay. It's just welcoming us. Okay, so to make a code, you need to use the keyword def. So it's def. Okay, so then after you do that, you need to name your function. So it's like naming a variable. Basically, it's like a variable. You create a variable and mm, uh, yeah, you attach objects to it. So it's the same thing here. So you name your function, and then after you give it a name, I'm just naming it as w. You can name it anything like a word like food or something, but I'll just name it w. Then after you do that, you need to type brackets and a colon. Okay, so after you do this, uh, uh, under this you need to write the code. You need to write the code that you want to execute. Okay, so let this just be print hi. Okay, so oh, not ho, it's hi. Okay, so this is a function. Okay, now our function is ready. So now um, you'll be like, oh, now how should I execute it? So to run a function, you need to call it. So how do you call it? So to call it, you just need to write the name of the function and brackets. Okay, so this is how you call it. Call it basically means running it. So now when I run, okay, wait, as it's already hi is typed here, I will just make it hello. Okay, now when I run it, you can see it says hello. That means the function has been executed. So this is how you call a function. Now, now we will be learning about arguments. So what are arguments? Arguments are information passed into the function. So let me show an example. Okay, so first you create a function, and this time let's name it a or x. It's better. And now inside of brackets you need to pass the argument, that's the information required. So let's say here we want the name, so it's basically like a condition sort of thing. So for this function will be executed only if you provide a name. Okay, so and then I'll put colon. So this is the information I've put. This is the argument name. And now let's write here print. And okay, let's just make it simple. Okay, so um okay, so here I'll just write print um let's say name plus, and let's put a surname like Raj. Okay, so now if I come here and call the function, so now here when I'm calling the function, I also need to provide the information required. I mean, sorry, it's x. And now inside of brackets in the previous one where we have not provided any function, we have just left it empty, but here we need to provide information. So here, as it has asked me for name, I'll write Dhanush. Okay, oh sorry, should be um okay, quotes. Okay, so now I've written Dhanush, and now let's see what happens. Okay, see, as you can see, it has printed my name and Raj. And wait, I'll just give the space here. Yeah, it comes as Dhanush Raj. So This is how you um, give the information for a function. So it's called as argument. So I've provided the argument, and then I've written print name plus Raj. Okay. So now you might be wondering, oh, I can provide only one argument. No, you can provide how much of a argument you want, but they should just be separated by commas. Okay. So let's create a function. So here this time I'll name it y, and let's say this time I need um, let's say color. Yeah, let's write color and fruit. Yeah, oops, I'm sorry for the spellings. Fruit. Okay, and now put the colon, and now I should come here and write print um let's just say okay. Okay, we'll just print whatever is there. So we'll just write color plus fruit. Okay, simple as that. And now I should come and call the function and also provide both the argument. So if I just provide one, it will be an error. So first, to show you how what error is there, I will actually do the error. Okay, so I'll just provide only one argument. So I'll just say yellow. Okay, so now when I run it, you see it's telling that I'm missing one required argument. So that means only if I provide two arguments, this function will be executed, or else it will not. So now when I provide another argument, let's say banana, I'm sorry, yeah, and now when I run it, you can see it comes as yellow banana. And I'm sorry for the spacing, I'll just space it. Yeah, it comes as yellow banana because now I've provided both the arguments, color and fruit. So therefore this function will be executed. Okay, so now for example, you're creating a code and you make a function, but you're not sure how many arguments you want to provide. So let's say one day you want to uh, uh, only provide three arguments, but the next day you want to provide four, and another day you'll be confused whether to make it five or two or one. So for this you need to use arbitrary arguments. Okay, so I'll show you. So first you need to create the function. So this time I'll use z, and now I just need to use an asterisk. So if I use this asterisk and then write yeah, let's just say name. Okay, and now if I come here and I'll just write print and name. Okay, simple. And now okay, I'm sorry. Okay, oh wait, I'll just give space. I'm really sorry. Okay, now I'll write quotes, and now I'll just write here print and name. Okay, simple as that. And now if I come here, and now I'll call this function. Okay, so I'll write z, and let's say Rahul. Okay, I'm using common names, Vijay, and let's say Ram. Okay, so now I've provided three names and the arbitrary argument, that's the asterisk and the name. So as you can see, I've just provided here one argument, but with the asterisk. So now it's an arbitrary argument. That means you can um, put how many ever arguments you want. Okay, so now if I run it, you can see Rahul, Vijay, and Ram. So see, now if I remove it, then it will expect only one argument, but I'm providing three, so an error occurs. So you can see takes one positional argument, but three were given. Okay, so um, you can also when you use a asterisk, you can access all these arguments in a tuple form. So now if I want to access Vijay, okay, I just need to write one. Now when I run it, oops, I'm sorry, it should come in square brackets actually. um, Now, when I run it, you can see Vijay because this is in a tuple form. So, if I write one, I'm accessing Vijay. So, in this manner, you can provide how many ever arguments you want and access the arguments in a tuple form. Now, you might have heard the word parameters too. So, basically, arguments and parameters are both the same. Okay, there's not much difference in it. Okay, so now let's move on to keywords. Okay, key arguments. So, key arguments basically means you're providing a key for an argument. It's basically like a dictionary. You provide a key for a word. Okay, so now I'll create a function and let's just name it D. I'm sorry for using only letters. So now inside of these brackets, I'm going to write the key. Okay. So let's write um, child one and child two and child three. Okay. So now I'll come here and oh, I'm sorry. You should never forget to put the colon. Okay, the colon, and now I'm going to write here print let's write here print child 1. Okay, print child 1, and now I'll be coming down and I'll call the function. Okay, so I'll write the name of the function, and here inside of these brackets I will be writing what each of these key values mean. Okay, so child 1 is equal to let's write here yeah, let's write here Aditya, and child 2 is equal to um I think let's just write here Adarsh, and child 3 is equal to, let's say, myself. Okay, Dhanush. And now here I've written print child 1. Okay, so now let's see what happens. So you can see it's written Aditya because child 1 is a keyword for Aditya. Okay, so and child 2 is Adarsh and child 3 is Dhanush. So these are key values which you are using as arguments. So you put the key values as arguments, and you later give the word for each key value, and then you just need to write print and the key value to print the name. Okay, so now mm, as you've seen arbitrary arguments, there are also arbitrary key values. Okay, so if you are not sure how many key values you want to give, you can use this. Okay, so let's say, let's create a function, and I'll name it as G, and now I'll just write here double asterisks and kids. So for arguments, you need to use asterisks, but for key arguments, you need to use double asterisks. And then colon, and then let us write the function. So I'll just write a print, and let's say child, sorry, let's write kids, and let's write here child 1. I'm sorry 1. Okay, so now let's call the function and provide the information. Okay, so here, mm, let's write child 1 is equal to um, Rohan, and child 2 is equal to uh, let's just write Sanjay. Okay, sorry, Sanjay. Okay, now when I run it, oh, it's an error. Okay, so it is an error because one, I didn't put it inside of square brackets, so that's kind of confusing, but you need to be thorough with that. And two, I need to put this inside of colon. Okay, so now when I run it, you can see it comes as Rohan, because child one is a keyword for Rohan. So um to use arbitrary key values, first you need to use double asterisks, and second, while printing the key value you want, you need to write kids, that's the argument name, and inside of square brackets you need to write the key value inside of quotes. So it should be inside of quotes and inside of square brackets. And then as you can see, Rohan is printed. Okay. So now we are done with arbitrary arguments, arbitrary key values. So now, what if I provide and default argument value? So you will see what I mean. So first let me create a function, and then inside I'll write fruit is equal to an orange. So I'm assigning this argument with the default value. Okay, and colon, and now here I'll just write print, and inside of colon I'll just write here I like, and a plus, and here I'll write uh, fruit. Okay, so here I'll just write fruit. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not inside of colon. Okay, so fruit. And now if I come here and call the function, O is equal to, and I'll just leave it blank. So you can see the default value comes, that's I like orange. But what if I fill it? So now if I fill it in with, let's say, banana, and then run it, you can see it comes as I like banana. So if I leave it blank, the default value uh, will be taken, but if I fill it in, then the value which I have entered will be taken. So if I leave it blank, whatever I've already provided will be taken. Okay, so now I will be teaching you how to pass a list into a function. So first I'll create a function and name it as w, and the argument is food, and then colon. Okay, now after this I'll be using the for statement. Okay, so for every x, that's for every element in food, print x. Okay, so if you don't know the for statement, you can see our previous videos where we have explained it. So now let's pass the list, that's the argument fruits, is equal to apple and banana and guava. Okay, and now we should call the function. Okay, so w is equal to fruits. Now when I run it, you can see. So an error has come because I forgot to put the equal sign. That is, I didn't create the list. So now when I run it, you can see all the elements in the list gets printed. That's apple, banana, and guava. Because for every element in the argument food, print the element, print x. Okay, so here the argument is fruits. So that's a list, and it gets printed. Okay, now I will be teaching the return statement in a function. So for that you need to create a function, and then let's say x. I mean, first we need to create name the function, and then let's name it. Let the argument be x. So now here I'll write the statement return. So return basically means it returns the data as value. Okay, so now if I write return 5 into x, and now I'll come here and write print. No, I'll just write here d. I'm sorry, I need to call the function. So here return basically means it returns it. You need not print. Return executes this, and you get it back. You get the data back. So here I'll put the argument as 3. So now we should get the answer as 15. Yeah, as you can see, we have got 15. So now even if I do uh, plus, you can see we get it as 8. So return basically gives back your data after executing it. Okay. Now we will be moving on to the pass statement. So pass basically means I'll just show you. So I'll create the function, and then I'll just name it as u, and now I leave it empty. So I know you will never. Why would you leave a function empty? But just in case, like if you do, so you just need to write pass. Okay, and now if I write pass, no error will occur. Nothing will come. But now if I don't write pass, as you can see, an error has come. So only if I write pass, no error is going to come. Okay, so you can leave it like this. So next I will be teaching you about recursion. So recursion basically means the function calls itself. It's like a loop. It keeps repeating. So it's like if I want to tell it in a practical sense, if I keep two mirrors parallel to each other and keep an object in between them, the object will be reflected infinitely. So it's the same as recursion. It's like a loop. You need to create a base statement. So unless that base statement is reached, it will keep on repeating. But once it has reached, it will stop. Okay, so now I will be showing you an example of recursive function using factorial. Okay, so what is factorial? I'm sure some of you may not know what is factorial, so I will give you a brief introduction. Okay, so factorial in mathematics is the product of all positive integers less than or equal to a given positive integer, and is denoted by that integer and an exclamation point. Okay, so as you can see in this picture, it's basically, for example, factorial of 4. So it's basically 4 into a 4 minus 1 into 4 minus 2 into 4 minus 3. So what is 4 minus 3? It's 1. So as you had read the definition, it's a positive integer. So after 1, you can't do 4 minus 4 into 0, because 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 into 0 is 0. So it's basically till 1. Till 1 you keep continuing it. 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. And Anyways, as I've told in the definition, it's only positive integers, so minus 1 will not be counted. So you keep subtracting and multiplying it up till 1. Okay, so now I'll assume that you have understood what is factorial. Okay, so now I will create a recursive function. Okay, so I'll name it as factorial, and I'll provide the argument as x and then colon. Okay, so now if x is equal to 1, then return 1. Okay, and else, so if x is equal to 1, return 1, else return. Okay, so else return x into factorial x minus 1. Okay, so if x is equal to 1, return 1, else return x into factorial x minus 1, because I've told you, right? So if it reaches 1, that's for example, we had seen 7. So if it's 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, then it stops. But unless it reaches 1, it will continue. Okay, so return this, and then now let's um, number, that's x, the argument number is equal to 3. Okay, so we are finding the factorial of 3. So print, let's write the factorial of, and 3. Okay, I mean the factorial of number is, and a comma, and factorial num. Okay, so simple as that. Okay, now when I run it, you can see this. The factorial of 3 is 6. So that's because 3 first it's 3 into 3 minus 1. So it's 2. So 3 into 2 into 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. So it's 3 into 2 into 1. 3 twos are 6, and 6 into 1 is 6. So as it has reached 1, the function will stop, or else it will continue. So basically, recursive meaning it will keep continuing on like a loop till the condition is matched. But once it reaches a condition, this function will stop. So what if you don't provide uh, a function? Will it continuously repeat? No. The Python interpreter has made it such that once it reaches 1000, it will automatically stop. The function will automatically stop even if you forget to provide the base statement. Okay, okay guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned all about functions. If you did enjoy this video, please drop a like and subscribe if you already haven't. Thank you for watching.